patrol.
We are at TCO Sports Garden for a Suburban East Conference collision. It is the Forest Lake Rangers and the White Bear Lake Bears here on SCC Sports. Late in the season now. We're normally around this time of year talking about section stuff, but we're still in the regular season, at least for a couple more weeks before we'll move on to the postseason. But it's going to be an exciting battle. It's a late season affair between a couple of Highway 61 schools here tonight. With Danny Ryan, I'm Zach Halverson. And Danny, first of all, I mentioned the fact that, again, last Saturday would have been like section quarterfinal time for across
section
the state.
Saturday.
Some of them semifinals.
Yep.
Now we look at late February. We're still playing regular season hockey. Little bizarre, a little weird, but as we've shown and we've seen here on SCC, and throughout in other games across the state, these kids are playing just fine out there. It's just it feels about as normal of a year as possible, at least when it comes to the stuff on the ice.
Yeah, I was talking to Matamidi head coach Jeff Poschel on Sunday, and we were both talking about how weird it feels right now not to be in playoffs, and it's different. But like you said, Zach, the level of competitiveness on the ice hasn't changed. It feels like section play out there, even when it's not in late February.
And let's talk about that competition out on the ice. You got White Bear Lake Bears coming in. Their score, the offense certainly has not been lacking, averaging about 4 goals a game. Same thing with Forest Lake. It's a very evenly matched up affair, and you got to give credit. I mean, both these teams are having seasons that I think better than they were expected, at least from other outsiders coming into this year.
Yeah, especially Forest Lake. They're now a 2 to 4 seed in Section 7 AA. That section's a little bit tricky this year of how to rank it, but you look at White Bear, they're in the mix, and they're looking at probably the 2 seed or 3 seed in 4 AA right now.
And that's why every one of these games is so important. Forest Lake just tied Stillwater, and you look at not only head-to-head, but you also like to compare who each school has played. So obviously the Bears in a race with Stillwater for that 2nd seed. That's why tonight is so important. And you want to talk about talent and who's going to perhaps lead that charge. Leighton Road is back. He was gone. It looked like he wasn't going to be here. And number 9 in White Bear Lake came back in the middle of January to the surprise of many. And obviously White Bear Nation very happy to have him back.
Yeah, missed 4 games of the Minnesota State High School League. Who was playing with the Minnesota Magicians. Came back to White Bear because he was doing school online and could come back and has chosen to. And so far in the 8 games he's been here, 6 goals and 9 assists.
We mentioned Suburban East Conference collision. It is, and if you are a follower of the Suburban East Conference, Bears toward the top of the standings there, right behind Cretin, right ahead of Stillwater, who again has dropped some very crucial games, conference games. They just were shut out by Woodbury the other day, and they're certainly White Bear right now in a position to where, as the season goes on, they certainly could leapfrog Cretin Durham Hall, depending on how the rest of the season goes. But it was a 7-1 victory for the Raiders earlier this year over the Bears, and it looks like Cretin will probably sneak up. But again, who knows? It's a crazy year. Crazy things can happen.
And Cretin plays Stillwater this week, so that's a big tilt in that matchup as well. So kind of still crazy and unsettled considering how late we are in the season.
Let's tell you a little bit about Forest Lake. Again, we mentioned they're having a very, very good year, 8-3-1 on the season, and led by a guy by the name of Hunter Johnson, which is about, I'm sorry, but the most Forest Lake sounding name ever. Hunter Johnson, and he obviously leading the charge, almost close to 20 points in a shortened season, averaging over a point a game. That's a guy you want on your roster here, leading that team to hopefully a good position coming into the later the season, because that's going to be a tough section for the Rangers.
Yeah, so Hunter Johnson scored a goal in the last matchup against White Bear. They're looking for him to score maybe a couple more in this game. But for them, they got to get prepped for Duluth East coming up. Andover will be in their half of the section, and even if they make it past Andover, Grand Rapids is coming up as well.
For sure. And when you talk about the Forest Lake schedule, you look at the White Bear Lake schedule here, and you can see it's all Suburban East teams. It's 7-1 loss. One of the two blemishes, of course, the overtime loss to Stillwater, and then other than that, it's been a very good year for White Bear Lake, and they're coming into this one now with a 7-game winning streak, beating teams like Woodbury, who's, again, been tough this year, certainly not been a pushover. And then you see back-to-back shutout wins over Roseville and Irondale before a win here at TCO Sports Garden against Mounds View. And, again, you have to be happy with all the talent that the Bears lost. They seem to have rebuilt their team fairly well this season, or having a good year.
They've benefited by having the conference schedule this year, I would say. Really building confidence, beating some teams that might be a little bit down, and I think that helps them in big matchups like tonight.
The Forest Lake Rangers on the ice. A good look at Hunter Johnson. Just talked about him. Again, 8 goals on the year, 10 assists, and that's a player you got to watch out for. Again, when you get those lineups and you do the scouting as best you can, that top line is certainly a major problem for the Bears tonight. We'll see what they can do, but of course they'll counter with their own top line. In goal for the Bears will be Jackson Conan. He having a great year as well, close to 87% on the save percentage, and again, filling some big shoes after previous years for White Bear Lake.
White Bear has traditionally had some really strong goaltenders in the past, and Conan just kind of falling right in the track with his predecessors here at White Bear Lake.
And on the other side, it is Casey Sauve. Sauve 90% on the year, and certainly one of, you want to talk about a high pressure position in going into the playoffs, knowing that you are going to be playing those heavyweights, perhaps, possibly, like Duluth East, and not only in the regular season, but possibly in the postseason. This is the time where you sort of got to establish yourself, Danny, and get ready for those bigger battles. And this is a pretty big battle. This is one of those teams you want to beat.
Yeah, this is a premier powerhouse in White Bear, and so if you're Forest Lake, this is a good test game to see how you can match up against one of those, state powers like an Andover, East, Rapids, you name it in Section 7.
Sauve has been sharing some time with Jacob Ford, but he's played 8 of the 12 games so far for the Forest Lake Rangers. We mentioned Jackson Conan. He's played 8 of the 12 games as well for the Bears, and that's one of those things is, the coaches didn't have the preseason, a lot of time to figure out who their top guy was. So both, goalies had to earn it in many cases, especially with White Bear Lake not having really any history with these guys. And obviously, it looks like Jackson Conan has sort of emerged to the front of the line in terms of the goaltending.
Yeah, it does look like that. And Sauve has been playing on and off, but it looks like he's been playing the more important games for the Rangers this year.
Forest Lake, White Bear Lake. It's the Battle of the Lakes, Suburban East Conference collision, and it's all coming up here on SCC Sports as we can hear the public address announcer. Of course, viewers to this channel will be very familiar. Alex Westad, the very awesome public address announcer. He's going to lead us into the anthem, and we will drop the puck after the anthem here in SCC Sports. we welcome you inside TCO Sports Garden. The Bears, the Rangers on SCC Sports with Danny Ryan. I am Zach Halverson, and Danny, again, we talked about this a little bit in the pregame, but it just feels like a big-time high school hockey game here. The atmosphere certainly don't have the full arena like we normally do. I think that 100 fan increase certainly has made a difference. But it's the atmosphere here is building, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, and it's a big matchup for both of these teams, trying to establish that they can beat the top-level teams in their conference and show that they're one of the top teams in the state. Definitely a matchup that White Bear has been looking forward to kind of get a rematch, to set the record straight with the Stillwater overtime loss, to say we can beat Forest Lake where you guys just tied them. Absolutely.
Again, we mentioned both these teams met a few weeks ago. It was a White Bear Lake victory on the the Forest Lake Ice FLAA Sports Center. And now here at the TCO Sports Garden, the Rangers will try to return the favor. The Bears looking for the sweep. Again, Casey Save in net for the Rangers, Jackson Conan in net for the Bears. Leighton Road will take the face-off for the White Bear Lake Bears. He will battle up against Connor Brust for the Rangers, and puck is down. We are underway, Bears and the Rangers here in SCC Sports. Bears do win the draw. The battle continues at the neutral zone. Flipped around at the blue line, picked up here by Cade Kodatek, who gains a line and dumps it in deep. Save stops it behind. Rangers tracking it down. Nyhart off the wall near side. Murky tried to keep it in, couldn't do so. Hunter Johnson with speed. Drops it back, quick shot turned away. Rebound grabbed and covered by Jackson Conan. A big shot there for the Rangers, and it started again. We talked about the danger of Hunter Johnson.
Yeah, if you look up and down this Rangers lineup, they got points across multiple different lines and multiple different D pairings. So I expect them to shoot a lot of different shots all over the place today to see what can crack.
Draw one by the Rangers, work back to the top of the slot. The shot goes wide by Duzrick. And the Bears come out with it. Hard pass connecting with Aiden Welch. Welch got to the blue line, poked off his stick. Bears have to retreat. Collision in the White Bear Lake end. Grady Gallatin looking at it. Carried out by White Bear Lake. Cutting forward, here's Welch. Welch moving in, cuts to his right. And then a pass back to Welch. It went through his stick. Great look on the back door for Aiden Welch, but he couldn't get a handle on it. And the Rangers send it over the glass, and that'll stop play. But wow, 69 seconds in, another good look for White Bear Lake.
Yeah, almost ran out of real estate there. Tried to complete too many patches below the hash marks and just couldn't get one in quick enough. But great opportunity, especially within the first 2 minutes of the hockey game.
Rangers get the puck off the draw. Going behind his own net with it was Brust. He'll move it forward. It goes all the way through. It goes on the paddle of Conan, who just sticks it away. Looked like he was going to maybe cover it, but tried for the quick transition, and it worked. Here comes White Bear Lake. In the slot area, pass goes through the crease. Nobody there to put it home. Anthony Brooks was in the vicinity, but just couldn't reach it. That allows the Rangers to grab it. They come out with it. Connor Brust into the zone, right side. Brust fires a shot, and Conan drops the pads down, makes the save, and we are under 2 minutes in, and both teams now have had some great opportunities. Wide open start to this one, Danny.
Yeah, it seems like no defensive setup so far, just run and gun hockey, and both teams having great opportunities there. White Bear Lake going up the center of the ice and just charging at will, and Forest Lake charging back the other way and getting some outside shots.
Officials taking issue with the face-off, particularly the left wing for the Bears and the right wing for the Rangers. The draw is won by Forest Lake. Poked forward by Rode, but kept in and sent down low by Duzrick. Battle at the half wall. Bears come away with it. Murky moving his way through. Ridden off the puck. It's grabbed by Moss. Moss goes forward to Johnson. Johnson went to his right and gets it right back. Hunter Johnson into the zone now. Tried to go to his left. Murky in the back check gets in the way of that. Intercepts the pass and then gives it to Leighton Road. Road moving in. Road with a shot and a save for Save. A quick wrister went off his shoulder and flipped up in the air, went into the netting behind. But what a quick snapper for Leighton Road.
Yeah, you can kind of see the talent level that Leighton Road brings to the ice here. That quick shot, even on a stick on his stick, got it on net and barely, Save barely got a piece on it to knock it out of play.
Off the draw, the Rangers control it. Brust working along for Johnson. Johnson gained speed, drove in, poked off his stick, picked up here by Tyler Bishop. Bishop works it forward deep into the Ranger end. And behind that Forest Lake cage, it's picked up by the Rangers. They'll flip it to center. Turned around by Welch. He'll go off the wall for Bishop. Bishop beats a man. Bishop to the goal, and he fires a shot off the post.
Far post, yep.
And another opportunity from the blue line is put on goal, and Save will cover. But Bishop, with a great look, came across, beat a man, drove to the net, but he couldn't finish.
Save is busy so far in this period. White Bears buzzing really close in on the net. They're getting some really good opportunities right now.
Another look at that one, inches from drawing first blood were the White Bear Lake Bears. They control the puck off the draw in the corner. On goal, Save just coming out and falling on it. And another whistle. We've had a fair amount of stoppages in the first 3 minutes here.
Yeah.
And a lot of action.
A lot of action. 6 shots so far in the first 3 minutes. Yeah, we're busy.
Brooks off the draw, now a quick shot from the face-off dot by Tyler McKenzie is turned away by Save. Picked up by Brust, he'll try to work it forward. Getting in the way of that one was Brooks, and he'll skate it right back into the Forest Lake end. Retreating is Chesso. Chesso in his skates trying to keep the puck away from White Bear Lake hands, but it's poked free from him. The Rangers trying to jam it out. Tyler McKenzie getting in the way of that one in front of the Forest Lake bench. Reese Moss went to his right, stolen away by Brooks and sent deep in the corner. Rangers try to clear. They do get it off the glass and out. Gets on its edge and goes all the way back into the White Bear Lake end. Bears trying to swat it right back out, but it's kept in nicely by Nyhart. Nyhart to his left. A shot bounces, trickles around, and grabbed and covered by Jackson Conan. As the Rangers now trying to mount some offensive pressure.
I don't think this is going to be a 3-2 game like we saw in the first meeting. It's just too many shots so far. A lot of great opportunities. I think this is going to be a high-scoring one, Zach.
Certainly would not be surprised, Danny, and they get that top line for Forest Lake right back out there. Rangers obviously wanting to pounce, and White Bear Lake's top line too. So we're going back and forth, but with all the stoppages, they've had enough rest, and they can keep doing that at least in the early running.
Yeah, for only being 4 minutes in, we've seen this top line at least 3 times.
Bears able to break it out to center. It's returned to the White Bear Lake end. Miscue on the pass. Fratellone will come back to grab it here behind his goal. Knocked off the side of the cage. Goes to the half wall. Murky causing all sorts of trouble. And Leighton Rhodes able to grab that loose puck. Sends the breakout pass to his left and out to center. Goes to Murky. Rode will follow it up. He cuts his way in. Goes to his right. Chance. Shot. Save. Save denying Joey Fratellone the opportunity. And wow, what a good look. It's all really set up by Leighton Road through neutral ice, grabbing that puck, working his way in, and putting the puck on Fratellone's stick.
And Fratellone barely missed getting a goal there. Save really had to squeeze his glove in and caught it kind of in his armpit there.
Bears win the draw. They'll send it toward the goal again. This time it's Connor Brust getting his stick in the way of it. He'll flip it to neutral ice. In front of Alex Westad in the penalty box. It's returned to the Rangers side of the ice briefly before Forest Lake comes right back in the transition game. They'll fire a shot wide of the White Bear Lake goal. Bodies go flying into the corner. Back to the blue line, kept in by Brust. He'll go into the corner. Looking to return to Brust, but it goes through his skates, and White Bear Lake will get it back out to center. Then a miscue on the pass will go for an icing and bring a face-off back in the Forest Lake end. 11:51 to go in the opening period, still scoreless.
We've had a period worth of whistles so far, Zach.
Yes.
and then it's hard to really tell what kind of momentum each team is having right now. And because no flow has really been established, because it seems like every 30 seconds we're getting another whistle.
Drago's behind the White Bear Lake goal. Shoveled out by Nicholas O'Brien. The O'Brien forward. That was now Brady Borgstad. Rangers take control, however. For its return to Brady Borgstad and sent deep. Behind the Ranger goal. Bodies collide. And Forest Lake comes out with it. Swanson to his left, stolen away by Bishop. Will just have to dump it in and get a change. Connor Brust for the Forest Lake Rangers tracks it down. He'll go to his right, ramps off of the stick of Swanson and goes into the White Bear Lake end. They'll ring it around the wall. Near side for Kotzmacher. Stolen away and then fired just over the goal by Jackson Steele. And the rebound was so hard it bounced all the way back to neutral ice. Sent down the ice, and a miscue on that pass will result in an icing, this time for the Forest Lake Rangers. And so we'll bring it back 60 seconds later for another face-off, this time in the Forest Lake end.
Something that you pointed out there, Zach, is the boards at TCO are pretty bouncy too. So we'll see some juicy rebounds happen from time to time. If you look at all the black marks behind the goaltenders, and this isn't even that old of a rink to have that much black behind it.
Face-off won by the Rangers. They'll poke it to the outside. Fighting his way through is Jackson Steele, but he's having trouble there, battling with Leighton Road. Puck comes in the air, drop down. It'll be a hand pass off of Murky's left glove. And that'll bring the face-off into the White Bear Lake end. And I can't remember the last time, Danny, honestly, I've seen this many stoppages in, we've only played 6 minutes and 20 seconds of hockey.
That was the 37th stoppage, I think.
Alex is going to run out of music to play.
The playlist is getting small.
Go back to track one. A shot off the draw turned away by Conan. He'll cover it up. And we'll have another whistle. And those whistles, too, by the way, I hope they have some backups in the locker room, because they eventually wear out, right?
Yeah, what do you play as, pump-up music after you get done with America's Top 40?
I don't know. The face-off is won by the Bears. They'll skate it out, and it's Leighton Road gaining speed. Nice move by Road. Backhand across. Opportunity for White Bear Lake, but it's ushered away by Forest Lake. The Rangers clear it out. That was loose, and somehow, some way, finding a lane to the net was Road. He'll play it forward again to the corner. Grabbed by Max Hamstead, back to Road. Road pinned up against the wall. Pushed away from corner to corner. Battle continues now, and the Rangers able to get it to the blue line. Fratellon tried to keep it in and is able to do so. Off the back wall, takes a weird hop. Here's Leighton Road on his backhand. Cuts back to his forehand. Rest of his line getting a change. Here they come. Out in front. Opportunity for Welch. A one-time shot for Kodatek is blocked, and the Rangers will come out with it. Gaining the line and dumping it in on goal was Hunter Johnson. Picking it up for White Bear Lake. Behind the net was Fratellon. His pass is turned away by Forest Lake, and they'll try to set up a forecheck now as they play it to the front of the White Bear Lake goal. Skating to the outside with it is Leipzig, and then out in front a chance, and Conan able to make a save. Great look for the Rangers after another awesome look for White Bear Lake.
Yeah, Leighton Road there, just a deacon and a dangling and pulling Rangers players to him every time he has the puck, and it is very special to watch what he can do on the ice.
Eventually we're going to get to the midway point of the first. We're close. We'll see how many whistles we have between now and the 8:30 mark.
Probably 21, I'll count.
Hope you got a tally sheet. There's a shot on goal from the White Bear Lake end and a save for Save. Clearing attempt broken up nicely by Bishop. Now a slapper from the blue line taken by Nicky O'Brien is denied by Save.
Nicky O'Brien there. That was a clapper from the point. A really good save by Save. White Bear just shooting at will right now and getting some really good opportunities.
So that's one whistle.
Yep.
Got a half minute to go. We'll see if we can get there on just one. The Rangers off the wall near side trying to get it out. They're having problems with O'Brien, who centers one. A shot and a save for Save again. He denies Brady Borgstad right on the front door.
Save not one of the tallest players out there, only 5'9", but he's really standing tall right now and moving quite well.
Brady Borgstad, one of the new names on this roster, making a name for himself, certainly with a good season so far. 4 goals, 3 assists. And looking at another great opportunity. Started with O'Brien keeping the puck in. The Rangers will get past O'Brien this time off the face-off. It's Moss moving in, but we have another whistle. We got up to 3. We have 8 more seconds to go, Danny. Do we hear 4?
I think we do.
Rangers push it forward. Bears steal it away and getting the line and dumping it in is Kotzmacher. The race for the puck is on, and coming away with it here is Darzik. Darzik working his way in, but another whistle, another offside as the Rangers came in. And, well, we have gone past the midway point. We are at 8:23 to go in the first.
But again, neither team is able to set up any type of forecheck or anything like that because there's
14 shots on goal, Danny, and they've all come on, like, rushes.
I know. There's no sustained zone time by either one of these teams so far.
Behind the net, Tanner Dom shot for White Bear Lake, plays it forward. Up to the red line it goes. Nice work by Ethan Murphy, forcing it in. Rangers look to break it out. Big collision there with Hunter Johnson and Tanner Dom shot as the Rangers are able to get the puck deep into the White Bear Lake end. A lot of physical play down there in that corner. And Leighton Road will come pick up the loose change. He'll slide it to his left. It's off the shelf, bounces down into the Forest Lake zone it goes, but Rangers able to track it down. They'll play it right back and into the White Bear Lake end. Left wing side, a shot rises over the White Bear Lake goal, taken by Jackson Moss. Battle continues in that corner. Coming away, that is White Bear Lake. Road high off the glass, it dribbles down, it will slow down and will die before it can be called an icing, so the Bears get a free change. Rangers back to pick it up. They'll send it down the ice, and that'll be an icing. So we avoided a whistle, but then we get one anyway.
We caused one within 5 seconds later. But yeah, White Bear Lake is known for the trap that Tim Sager, implements, and have not seen that happen so far today. And like you said, Zach, every chance so far has come on a rush. There has been no sustained zone time.
Joey Fratellone to his left. A shot hits a stick in front, goes behind the Forest Lake goal. Battle continues there. Grabbed by Aiden Welch. He's pinned up against the wall. Now in some skates, the loose puck is grabbed by the Rangers. They get it to the blue line, kept in by Fratellone and sent just wide of the goal. Down there is Linder. He'll go near side for Nyhart. Nyhart plays it forward for North, and here come the Rangers into the White Bear Lake end. Good job stepping up by Cade Kodatek. He got it to the red line, and now it's worked in by Tyler Bishop. He'll send a backhand pass that's intercepted by Osterberg, and Osterberg worked it forward in for Blanchard. Blanchard behind the White Bear Lake goal. The Bears steal it away. They'll flip it to neutral ice. And then spinning and firing it deep is Osterberg. Conan stopping it behind. Played in front, nice poke check by Moss as he goes back to the blue line with it. Now fired down low, stolen away by Kodatek. Given to Fratellone. Lost here to the Rangers. Now a quick shot turned away. Rebound. Another opportunity on the wraparound, and Conan makes another save, and now he'll dive out and cover it. Two grade A opportunities for Forest Lake, and Jackson Conan stands tall.
Yeah, Forest Lake doing a good job right there with Mindorf in Wayne Gretzky's office, trying to work the puck around either a wraparound or a pass in front. Probably Forest Lake's best opportunities of the game so far as they try to work the slot right inside of Coden.
Bears out with it immediately, grabbing it with speed is Brooks. He'll try to go to his right, but poked off his stick. Good defense by the Rangers. They can't clear, however. On the first try, the second try also unsuccessful. Great job at the blue line. Now in front, chance right side, but it hit off the skate of Brooks instead. But Grady Gallatin with all sorts of the Rangers skated in offside. And then they shot after the draw, or after the whistle, I should say.
Normally that is a penalty, but they are not going to give one there.
Saying it was a bang play and too close to call. But how about Grady Gallatin at the blue line there? That Gallatin name so famous in White Bear, of course. Owen Gallatin as a freshman, dominant here, and then had to move on to Ann Arbor. But a lot of these names coming back here. Welch, Hampstead, plenty of family affairs here at White Bear Lake.
For sure.
Here's Leighton Road to his right. A shot taken by Murky. Skies over the netting behind and drops down. We'll mention, of course, Leighton Road, the famous Road family from the White Bear Lake area. And
yeah, it really seems like just familiar faces here at White Bear Lake this year and the last couple of years as well.
Nicky O'Brien at the blue line, trying to keep it in, does so. Got it to Road, who sent it down low. Now in front for Murky, but it was ridden off his stick, and the Rangers come back. Trying to intercept it was O'Brien, and now another offsides is called.
I don't know if that was necessarily offsides, but
it was certainly close.
You hate to see a breakaway get called off because of an offside there.
And Jackson Moss probably not too happy about that. Five minutes to go in this opening period. Murky falling to his knees, got it forward anyway. Driving in was Max Hampstead, but was knocked off his stick. Bears will return the puck deep into the Forest Lake end. Brust back there. Now off the side of the cage to Shesso. Shesso backhands it hard to neutral ice. Dom shot, trying to keep it in front of him, couldn't do so. The Rangers work it in. Shot from the right side, turned away by Conan. Rebound kicked to the half wall, and out comes White Bear Lake. Road over here for Dom shot with a shot, and that's turned away by Save. Jackson Moss at the blue line, stunted by Borgstad. Coming down to help out is Brust. He'll send a long pass that doesn't connect with anyone, and instead goes for an icing. 4:03 to go in period number one. It's scoreless here at TCO Sports Garden with Dandy Ryan. I'm Zach Halverson. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are.
Shots right now are 10-8 in favor of the Bears. And as we've said, all of them have come on the rush, it feels like, so far.
A shot from the blue line hits some bodies in front. It's loose in the slot, grabbed and taken away by Chase Osterberg. Osterberg will work his way in, crosses the blue line in front of the White Bear Lake net, continues with the puck in the corner, and he'll flip it behind the White Bear Lake cage. Battle down there, Kyle Blanchard for the Rangers. One note, we haven't had a penalty yet in this game. A clean first period filled with rushes and stoppages and all sorts of fun. 18 combined shots, and now it's going to be 19 with Tyler Bishop testing Save, and Save passing that test.
Yeah, it hasn't felt like there should be a penalty yet, though. Like you said, Zach, it's been pretty clean so far. No hits that were questionable or anything like that. Some hard hits, but nothing too egregious so far.
Draw one by the Rangers. Hard around the wall by Linder. Couldn't get it out, however. Linder will get it back behind his goal, but it's stolen away nicely by McKenzie. But his pass is intercepted and cleared out by Forest Lake. Bears will regroup in their own end. Hard pass off the stick of McKenzie, goes deep into the Ranger end. McKenzie tracks it down in the corner, cycles it down low. Now a centering attempt broken up as Kotzmacher trying to find a man out in front, couldn't do so. The clearing attempt broken up by the Bears. Will send it right out in front, and another try, loose in the slot, but unable to get a shot off. There was Tyler McKenzie. We've seen a lot of handcuffing the puck in front of that Ranger goal with nobody for White Bear Lake able to get a good shot off, but they're getting to the goal scoring area, Danny, just unable to actually score the goal.
Rangers doing a good job of sticks on stick in the slot area and really lifting sticks at the right point, and White Bear Lake hasn't been able to jump on that right now.
Bears fire it deep, stopped behind by Casey Sauve. Grabbed behind by Deserick. Deserick moves it forward. Big collision at the half wall, sending Reese Moss to the ice. Bears will regroup in their own end with the puck. One handing it forward by Max Hamstad. Rangers get the puck. They'll send it 200 feet down the ice. Icing waved off. Swung around the wall near side for Ethan Murky. He'll outlet it to Leighton Road. Road is dangerous. Road moves in. Goes to his it gets taken down. Gets back up. Tried for a pass in front. Couldn't find anyone. Instead goes to the blue line with it. Tried a return pass there, did Eli Anderson. Couldn't connect. Rangers take over. Flipped high in the air. Bounces down at neutral ice, left wing side. Here's Moss driving in for Forest Lake, but it's stolen away by the Bears and worked out. And here it's Ethan Murky driving in. Murky sends across for Road. Road with a shot, ramps off a stick, bounces over the Forest Lake goal. And out come the Rangers again to neutral ice. They won't get to the red line, and on the dump in, it's a icing with 64 seconds remaining in this first period. And Danny, we said early on that probably wasn't going to be a 3-2 game, but somehow, some way, we played almost 16 minutes of hockey without a goal.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird. And one of the things that's standing out to me right now is normally defensive pairs will teeter-totter. One will stay in, one will stay out if there's pressure on one of the sides. And it seems like for White Bear, both are pulling the ripcord instantaneously because they just trust that and fear the Forest Lake breakout so much.
Leipzig cross in the direction of Osterberg, but the Bears steal it away. Collision at the red line. Bears will have to retreat to their own end to grab the puck. It's Cade Kodatek moving it along for Bishop. Bishop crosses the red line, gets it in, gets his own dump in. Battles at the red corner with it, goes back to the blue line for Fradalone. Fradalone moving in, goes to his left. Chance for Kodatek in front. The redirection goes just wide of the Forest Lake goal. The Rangers will clear it down off the wall. Took a lucky bounce for Forest Lake, goes on net, so no icing. Fradalone will pick it up here with 10 seconds to go. We'll see what the Bears elect to do here in the later stages of this opening period. They'll play it to the neutral zone, but it goes back here to the stick of Cade Kodatek, who had a great opportunity toward the end of that first period, but couldn't finish. And we end the first 17 minutes of this one scoreless here at TCO Sports Garden. White Bear Lake and Forest Lake. Danny, that was a very interesting period to say the least.
Yeah, White Bear probably got the better of the chances between the two teams, but none of them were really set up chances, except that last shot by Kodatek, that pinball wizard, off a couple skates in front, but really limited setup opportunities, but the rushes came in bunches.
We'll see how this game develops. We'll see if we can maybe have a little bit more free-flowing action. Who knows what's going to happen. Stick around. Plenty more to come here from TCO Sports Garden. Bears and the Rangers scoreless after one on SCC Sports.
Hi, I'm Vivica Fox. For more than 100 years, American Humane has been helping our best friends in their worst times, during hurricanes, tornadoes, and increasingly, wildfires. They're real heroes to these animals. But Mother Nature isn't the only danger that animals face. Sometimes it's human nature that's the greatest threat. Each year, more than 6 million beautiful adoptable animals are being abandoned, and more than 1 million are euthanized before they can be rescued. These animals need heroes too. Heroes to open up their hearts and homes and to give them the love they deserve. Be a hero to an animal in need. Consider becoming an American Humane Rescue Volunteer or adopt from your local shelter. Visit AmericanHumane.org to find out how you can be a hero and help our best friends in their worst times.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. His real name is Darion, and we call him Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's affection, attention, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. The craziest thing was believing that your dad knew everything. So as a dad, you felt like you had to know everything. You had to get everything right. It's okay to make mistakes. Just do it from the right place. As long as it's coming from love, then, it kind of starts to work itself out. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job. I'll say my kid's pretty dope.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
Ready!
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
Helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
The Asian longhorn beetle is eating holes in our trees. Perfectly round holes in trees across our region. The Asian longhorn beetle is destroying our trees, literally eating them right where they stand. Look for holes in your trees. By keeping an eye out, we can put an end to the Asian longhorn beetle and help keep our trees safe. Report the Asian longhorn beetle. Call or go online at AsianLonghornedBeetle.com.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back to TCO Sports Garden. Still scoreless through 17 minutes of action as we welcome you back in the first intermission. With Danny Ryan, I'm Zach Helverson. And Danny, again, we were talking during the break, trying to figure out exactly how to analyze what we saw in that first period. Shots 11-8 in favor of the Bears. You see that, but nothing else to report other than that. No penalties, no goals, no anything. And it's certainly a very, hard-fought first period for both teams.
Yeah, like I was telling you, it reminded me of a pond hockey game between friends. Not a lot of defense and a lot of opportunities, but no goals.
Well, it's hard fought in part because it is such an important game for both teams. The White Bear Lake Bears coming into this one, they're on the verge of that second seed. They're probably not going to get that first, but they're at least going to get that, hopefully that second or third. And you can see they're on the tail of Stillwater right now. They still have another meeting with the Ponies before the end of the year to certainly, I guess, really state their case. But a win tonight and keeping that winning streak going would certainly help build up that resume and make that section seeding meeting in a few weeks much easier.
Yeah, I think the Hill being the number 1 seed is not in doubt, but everything after that can be really jumbled up in the last couple of weeks here. You look at the Hill, Stillwater and White Bear Lake, they will meet up later on in the season, but you have some sneaky teams in there like a Roseville, Mounds View, Woodbury. Those teams could beat really any other team in the section, unlike most years in 4AA where it's kind of a 3-horse or 2-horse race.
Which is really why the seeding is so important, because
Correct.
you want to have a little bit more breathing room early on, because once you get to the semifinals, it really is anybody's game, anybody's year right now with the craziness going on with the pandemic.
Yeah, really anything can happen with that, and so if you're White Bear Lake, this game is super important because you have a head-to-head matchup with Stillwater that you can point to if you tie the next game.
On the other side, Forest Lake, unfortunately for them, saddled in the Section 7 AA bracket, and they are certainly trying to fight their way up. But the difference is this year, as opposed to other years, is they're only battling 3 other teams, at least when it comes to the quarterfinal and semifinal round, because they sort of have a different setup with the northern schools in one division and the southern schools in their own division as well.
So in 7AA, Forest Lake is paired up in one division with Andover, Elk River, and Anoka. And this is where it becomes important for them. They probably want home ice against Elk River, who will be probably the 2-3 matchup on the south side. And that Andover team, Zach, you and I have seen them this year, and they are a very deadly team. They're solid. And on the flip side of that bracket, you have a perennial powerhouse of Duluth East, Grand Rapids, which is not a home rink that you would want to play in 7AA.
No.
And Cloquet Esco Carlton, which is also a tough out as well.
You bring up a good point, too, that we haven't even mentioned yet when it comes to the seeding, but that home ice advantage is now so important. I mean, obviously, it's, limited crowd size and everything, but if you can use your own locker room, if you can be in your own rink, that's ideal.
Well, especially when we look at teams in 7AA, you don't have to travel.
Right.
And that's huge. You don't have bus legs, quote unquote. You're not saddled up with that before a section game, and instead of just going to the rink as natural like a normal, everyday game.
Well, I'll tell you, the end of the season here, it's very intense, very exciting, and we have 34 minutes of regulation, maybe another 8, who knows, we'll see. It's scoreless after 1, second period coming up next. Forest Lake, White Bear Lake on SCC Sports.
Farewell scenes are familiar to the 4th Division, but this time their destination is the other side of the Atlantic.
For some, serving means deploying overseas to make the world a safer place. But for many men and women in the National Guard and Reserve, serving happens closer to home.
The vast majority of New Orleans, Louisiana is underwater.
Major eruption occurring at 8:32 approximately this morning on Mount St. Helens.
My soldiers, they have been working nonstop, around the clock.
We're starting to get some reports of fire in Paradise.
No matter if you've deployed overseas or responded to crisis here at home, you've earned the right to mental health support. Whether it's care at the VA or finding a provider in your community, if you need help, VA will be there. Go to BeThereForVeterans.com to learn how VA supports members of the National Guard and Reserve.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Crooked teeth may embarrass kids whose families can't afford braces, and trying to fix their teeth themselves can make things worse. Luckily, there's Donated Orthodontic Services, a program from the American Association of Orthodontists. For children and teens who qualify and are matched with a volunteer orthodontist, treatment can be life-changing and help them smile with confidence. Learn more at aaoinfo.org.
I'm a veteran. We hit a mine in Vietnam. When I came home, I didn't know where to turn.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
My victory's been never giving up hope. My wife is always there to remind me we have a life to live.
DAV provides a lifetime of support, helping veterans of every generation get the benefits they've earned.
I am a veteran, but after I got out, I spent 2 years alone and homeless.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans so they can reach victories great and small.
My victory was finding the support to get back on my feet. Now I'm getting things right with my family.
I finally admitted, with my PTSD, I wasn't doing well.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
Now I wish I'd found DAV sooner. I am a veteran. My victory is just enjoying each day.
Help support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
736 million people struggle to meet their basic needs. An estimated 40 million people have fallen victim to human trafficking. 51 million kids go hungry every day. And every day, United Way and our partners, including Kellogg, Wells Fargo, and UPS, fight for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community.
Let's roll. Wait, what's that?
Hawk feather?
That's right, baby.
His job is important.
But this is what matters most.
Welcome back to TCO Sports Garden. After one period of play, still scoreless between White Bear Lake and Forest Lake. With Danny Ryan, I'm Zach Helverson. The teams will switch sides, and they'll try to figure out a way to get some forecheck going and some shots going. I mean, they've had 19 shots, Danny, but they've all, we mentioned the first, they've all come on a rush. They've all come on a 2-on-1, 3-on-2, some of them even 3-on-3s, where they're just firing at the net. Both goalies had some pretty nice saves for their part, but it's been tough going for offense.
Yeah, and normally the second period is where you see the rush opportunities go there, but you know, the first period definitely saw that, and you know, Save probably had the better of the saves than Conan, you know, on the Forest Lake side, but we'll see how this period goes. Still yet to have a power play for either one of these teams, and that could be an interesting wrinkle into this period if we get one.
Were there any adjustments from either side that you would have you would like to see each team make?
I don't know how to say this. Hold the line.
Yes.
Kind of like that Lord of the Rings saying, hold the blue line.
Hold
the line. And so we'll see if that happens in this period, because it definitely was not happening last.
Rangers muscle it free. They'll send it deep into the White Bear Lake end. Grabbing it here is Hampstead. They'll drop it back for Kodatek, stolen away by the Rangers. Put it in front, but out of the reach of Middendorf. And now the Bears will come back the other way. It's Murky driving his way to the goal. Murky with a shot. Pad save for Save. And the Rangers track it down. They'll clear it off the glass to center. Fratellone back to pick up for White Bear Lake. He'll curl the outside. Now it goes back toward the cage. It trickled off his stick. He's able to regain control. Got it to Kodatek, who rimmed it around the wall. Back to the top of the circle. A shot taken by Walker is broken up. And now the puck goes down the ice. That fresh ice letting it go on the Ranger goal. And just playing it away with a stick was Save. Rangers moving in. Pad save. Rebound off the side of the cage. Good look for Forest Lake. 1-2 punch. And Kyle Blanchard on the rebound couldn't finish for Forest Lake.
Moved the water bottle, but not in a good way. Hit the side of the net there.
Aiden Welch trying to make his way in, couldn't get a shot off. Osterberg for Forest Lake. Stolen away by the Bears. Welch to his right to Fratellone. Fratellone cuts his way through. Sends it hard off the wall. Took a bounce off the wall toward the Ranger goal. And that was a good job by Save recognizing that and keeping it away from the front of the goal. Again, we talked about in the first period, these boards here at TCO Sports Garden are very bouncy.
Yeah, and Save wearing an A on his jersey for a reason. He is very calm in net. Good stick handling there to just calmly pass it along, push it up and for another easy breakout for Forest Lake.
Off the face-off, it's taken down by Brust. He'll center one out for Hunter Johnson. Now played back to the outside. Anthony Brooks steals it away for White Bear Lake. And pitch and catch behind the White Bear Lake goal. Move forward to McKenzie. He'll try to clear. Kept in by the Rangers and sent on goal by Hunter Johnson. Dropping the paddle down and making the save is Jackson Conan.
So it looks like Forest Lake is trying to play a little bit of a modified 3 high. So 3 guys on the blue line and 2 guys down low, kind of forechecking. So that's kind of what I'm seeing right now, but it's hard to tell with so many whistles.
It really is. Again, no team has established a forecheck yet.
Or offensive possession, either.
It's really been a shoot the puck or
break it out.
Break it out. As the icing is waved off, Rangers come back to grab it behind their goal. Worked around to Nyhart. To neutral ice it goes. Off the penalty box glass and back in comes White Bear Lake. Leighton Road giving it over for Hamstead. Back to the blue line here for a shot that's blocked in front. Murky trying to track it down. It'll be grabbed by Domschott. Domschott's pass intercepted by the Rangers, and Forest Lake cuts their way through. Nyhart sends one in front. Goes all the way through, dropped down low by Jackson Steele, and behind the goal it goes. Stolen away by Domschott, given forward for Max Hamstead, who sends it across the ice. It bounces down and goes right to the stick of Connor Brust, who goes hard off the wall and down the ice for an icing. Face-off will return to the White Bear Lake end. Just under 3 minutes in, still scoreless. Shots on goal now even at 11.
Trying to set a conference record so far in the number of icings in a game.
They might already have it, Danny.
They may already have it.
They don't have it already. They're on pace
to eclipse
for an NFHS record, really, nationally. Behind the Forest Lake goal, it's Cole Walker. Playing it forward, kept in by the Bears. Welch, nice moves here. Stick handling his way to his left. Got it to Kodatik, who fires a shot just wide of the goal. Bounces back here for Fratellone. He'll send it deep behind the Forest Lake end. Rangers trying to clear, kept in by Kodatek, and this is really the first sustained zone pressure for either team so far, but Bears forced to the perimeter.
Even still, like you said, Zach, it was forced to the perimeter and outside.
Into the zone comes Swanson for Forest Lake. Sends it through the slot area. Bounces off the corner wall. One-handed to neutral ice. Rangers track it down. It finds the way to the stick of Swanson. Stolen away by the Bears, and cutting his way in is Bishop. He goes to his right. Loose puck dropping down and forcing it out. The Forest Lake Rangers, good job by Durzik, and now a shot on the other side of the ice covered up by Conan.
Yeah, Forest Lake taking advantage of some good opportunities there on some quick shots. But like you said, Zach, a little bit before with that White Bear Lake zone control, it was just perimeter passes on the outside. Couldn't establish anything, in the slot area to develop a good play.
Rangers with an opportunity. Shot blocked by Kodatek, trying for the quick transition game. He finds Tyler Bishop. Bishop curls to the outside, looks for options here. Fires a shot on goal, bounces loose in the slot, now in the air, dropping down top of the slot. Here's Nicky O'Brien. He'll send it to the right corner, stolen away by the Rangers, and they'll just clear it down the ice for an icing. But another great look for White Bear Lake. It all started with a shot block from Cade Kodatek from the White Bear Lake end.
Yeah, and then looking to establish something in the offensive zone. O'Brien looking for an opportunity, maybe a deflection or bounce off of the boards into the slot. Hard to tell there.
Oh, Leighton Road off the draw, goes back to the blue line with it. Tiptoeing along that line. O'Brien with the shot and a glove save for Casey Save. Dropping down and tracking that down through all that traffic. O'Brien kept it low, and smartly so, but Save saw it the whole way through.
Yeah, that was at least through 3 players worth of traffic there, and Save a good save, like you said.
Draw once again, won by the Bears. Leighton Road in the corner, driving the net, brought down in the process, still loose, put in the goal, but the official waves no goal immediately. Bears thought it was a goal. The net was off the moorings.
The whistle came before the shot did, so that's why that was a no goal. Linesmen are gathered around to talk about it for 2 seconds, and then letting Alex know.
No goal. We'll look at it again here. Bouncing puck. It was still loose, and oh, that was a goal, Danny.
Yeah.
That was in before the whistle. We couldn't hear the whistle, but the net was still on the moorings, unless they were to rule some sort of goaltender interference or something else. But
or the far side post was off, and that was hard to tell there. But yeah, that should have been a goal.
So the Rangers get new life. Bears will try to respond and get a clean one. Here's Murky, fights his way in, fires a shot wide of the goal, picked up by Hamstead in the far corner. Leighton Road pinned up against the wall. Hamstead trying to help his teammate out. Well, Leighton Road will just come out with it on his own, but lost it to the stick of Jackson Moss. Moss went to his right, took a weird hop off the wall. Rangers having all sorts of trouble clearing it out. It goes down the ice. Icing will be waved off. Grabbing it here is Gallatin, sent in front by the Rangers, stolen away by the Bears, and now they have numbers. It's Leighton Road, left wing side. Road tried to go to his right for Murky, but it trickled over the stick, went to the corner boards where it's picked up by White Bear Lake. O'Brien trying to shovel it forward. It hit off a Ranger shin pad and it's cleared out to center. Murky, slow to get up. He has the puck at the blue line. Bears will have to touch up here. They are tired. They've been out there for a long while. So with that long change, they'll take advantage. Here's Murky and the interception and a shot, but it's blocked. It doesn't get to the goal. So Murky just out there trying to kill some time till he can get off the ice. The Rangers will help that line change effort with an icing of their own, but
Murky is crawling off the ice right now. He was out there for a good 2 minutes, it felt like. But very good chip by him in Leighton Road. Good opportunities there, but a couple passes that did not connect on some 2-on-1 opportunities.
Draw one by the Bears, and a shot from the point taken by Eli Anderson is blocked, and then back the other 24 comes in, and then just one-handing it away with this stick was Conan. That was an interesting way to fend off Garrett Swanson. And
SWAT to no.
And now here comes Bishop for White Bear Lake before the Rangers steal it right back, and they'll make their way through neutral ice and into the White Bear Lake zone. It goes again at the blue line, pushed on goal by Swanson, and making the save is Conan, much more traditionally. I don't know if I've ever seen on a breakaway style opportunity like that, the goaltender to just come out and just swat it free.
Yeah, that was a very, very aggressive play there by Conan. Probably a little ill-advised, but certainly fun to watch for us hockey fans.
Draw push behind the White Bear Lake goal where Fratellone takes a hard hit in the corner. Battle continues along the wall. Rangers have it, shot from the blue line, redirected just wide of the goal in front by Chase Osterberg. Again, keeping it on the ice was Brust. Had a great look, but just couldn't get the bounce.
Osterberg, yeah, great tip of chance, but just missed it.
And here come the Bears. Tyler Bishop centers to no one. Grabbed by Kaler Leipzig, and he'll play it to the red line where it's off the wall and into the White Bear Lake end. Retreating is Cade Kodatek. He'll send it forward. It gets on its edge, goes just wide of the Forest Lake goal for an icing with 9.5 to go in the middle frame. It's still scoreless here at TCO Sports Garden.
We've seen a little bit more offensive zone developments by both teams, but still not a lot so far in this game. Most of the opportunities again in this period have come on the breakaway.
Officials are talking it over. They might be saying that that shouldn't have been an icing, in which case they're going to bring it to neutral ice. And they will, so.
That was bound to happen with how many icings have been called.
Statistically speaking, we were due for
center ice.
Into the zone comes Jackson Steele. He's dangerous. Centers one, Leighton Road intercepted it, but lost it there. A slapper from the blue line, blockered away nicely by Conan.
Matthew Linder with the shot.
Now in front, another try, and flopping down, diving out and grabbing the puck is Jackson Conan. Another great look for the Forest Lake Rangers, and this time set up by Jackson Moss.
Yeah, a couple good opportunities there. That latest one by Moss, making Conan, stretch a little bit in this period.
Johnson wins the draw back to the blue line. It's Gert Duzeric to his left. Whiffing on the pass/shot there was Jackson Steele, was in his skates. He soccers it back behind. Leighton Road down there for White Bear Lake trying to push it free. Johnson got in the way of that one, but Road stole it right back, and here come the Bears with numbers. Leighton Road moving it in, but it was offside. Just in front of it was Max Hamstead, and that stops play. 8:51 to go in period number 2.
I know we've said this a couple times, but it seems like every time Leighton Road is on the ice, he's doing something with the puck that's worth watching. He's either feathering a pass on a 2-on-1 or taking it himself for a good shot.
Forest Lake winning the face-off. They got it toward the red line. Stepping up is Dom Shop, and it gets past him, and it's sent deep into the White Bear Lake end. Rimmed around the wall near side. Coming at it is McKenzie. Got it along. Intercepted, now pushed on goal by Kotzmacher, but turned away by the Rangers. Behind the Forest Lake goal it goes. Back to the blue line. Stopped up and pushed in by Eli Anderson. And then the Rangers with a miscue on the pass results in an icing. 8.25 to go in period number 2. It's White Bear Lake 0, Forest Lake 0 with Danny Ryan. I'm Zach Halverson. Shots on goal. Now the lead going to Forest Lake with 16. Bears with 13. So certainly in this scoreless game, not short of opportunities. Both teams had their chances, but both goalies have stood tall.
Higher than average shot counts on both teams. Usually an average for a high school team on a winning score is 30. So a little bit above average right now.
Bears trying to work their way in. Nice work spinning around his Bruss as he tries to find an outlet. Can't do so. Bears come back. It's Tyler Bishop. His pass stolen away by Johnson. Johnson goes to his left for Jackson Moss, and Moss works it into the White Bear Lake end. Jackson Steele spinning around, firing it around. Goes on the shelf where it's dropped down by Aiden Welch. He'll go to his right for Fratellone, and the Bears able to break it out. Back to Aiden Welch's stick it goes. Welch driving his way in front of his bench. He'll send it deep. Jackson Moss back there for the Rangers, trying to battle for that puck. Rangers keep the pressure up. And out. The puck goes to the blue line. A shot from Kodatek finds its way through, and a right pad save given to Casey Sauve. Rangers force it back out. Here's Hunter Johnson. Johnson working it in. Tried to go to his left, couldn't do so, but back to Steele, and the shot goes, but the net was well off the mooring. No controversy there, but the hand is up, and we might have a penalty here, Danny.
Our first one of the night.
Cade Kodatek forced Jackson Moss, who was the man on the back door, into the goal. We'll see the replay here.
Hooking is the call.
Yeah, he sort of held up his man, and the net came off, and it was a great look for Forest Lake, about as good as you could ask for, but they couldn't. The penalty, a good penalty to take, for sure. And now a power play for the Forest Lake Rangers. Let's see what they can do with that. As they do win the face-off, Bears take over. Leighton Rhodes sends it forward. Deep into the Rangers end it goes. Not a good start to the man advantage for Forest Lake. They have to go all the way back. Through neutral ice, the Rangers try to get something going. Getting in the way of that one was Nicky O'Brien. He'll send it back deep. Leighton Road on the forecheck, causing all sorts of problems for Forest Lake. They are able to get it out, and they'll fight their way through. Osterberg had it for a moment, but it's pickpocketed nicely by Ethan Murphy and sent deep into the Ranger end in the first 45 seconds. Just like that, gone from this Ranger power play.
And Forest Lake is only rocking an 11.8% power play on the year, so I think we're kind of seeing that right now.
Osterberg trying to increase that percentage as it's sent off the near wall, and it takes a hop out of the zone. So the Rangers have to touch up. They send it in. O'Brien goes to Fratellone, and Frattellone's able to clear it down the ice. And 45 seconds now remain from this power play. Rangers trying for a quick 2-on-1. They have it. Left wing side, a chance for Osterberg, but great defense put on by Grady Gallatin, and the Bears able to steal it away, and they'll send it down the ice. Half minute to go in the power play for Forest Lake.
Bears running a clinic right now on the penalty kill.
Duzrick into the zone. Conan out of his goal. Let it go for Gallatin, who tried to clear, and with the help of Bishop is able to do so, and that'll pretty much do it for a very abysmal Forest Lake power play. Duzrick moves it forward, and the Bears are full strength. And Gallatin will send it down the ice and tried for the Hail Mary pass. I don't know if he was trying for the pass or just trying to clear. Regardless, it goes for an icing. Just under 5 to go in the second period, and all the action we've seen, Danny, throughout this game, those last 2 minutes of that power play, it was one of the least amount of action sequences we've had so far.
Yeah, the man advantage did not prove helpful for Forest Lake. Let's see if White Bear can gain some momentum off of that really good kill there.
Good news is they're full strength. Bad news is they had to have their top guys out there for the long stretch of that power play. So we'll see the line number 2 out there for the Bears, and they'll work their way along. It's worked in by Kotzmacher. He'll fire a shot just wide of the Forest Lake post. That was one of the best looks the Bears have had all night. Kotzmacher just missed. And the Rangers will send it down the ice. It gets on its edge, goes for an icing with 4.5 to go in the second period. But Danny, my goodness, what a look. Had some open ice. There was room, just couldn't find it.
Often, like a big pass interference play in football, a good penalty kill can lead to a huge opportunity, and we saw it there by White Bear Lake.
Draw one by the, well, it was the Rangers. Bears stole it right back, and then along the goal mouth, the battle continues. Puck still loose. Played behind the goal by Burst. The stick is loose from Sauve, so he doesn't have a stick. Murky has the puck, goes to his right for Fratellone, who fires a shot. That's blocked in front, and as Sauve grabs his loose stick, the Rangers able to get it out to center. They'll gain the line, they'll send it deep. Back to pick up is Cade Kodatek. He stops behind his goal and elects to go to his left. Finds Max Hamstead in neutral ice. Murky will maneuver his way in deep. Rangers steal it back. They'll play it through center ice, and into the zone comes Hunter Johnson. Johnson with a shot that hits something in front, bounced just wide. Back to Johnson at the blue line. Stolen away nicely by Max Hamstead. It's 1-on-2, and Hamstead will take a hit as he dumps the puck in deep and gets a change. Rangers back to pick up. Connor Burst. 100-foot pass to center. Jackson Steele in for the Rangers. Rest of his line getting a change. Joey Fradalone will pick it up behind the net for the Bears. Goes back to Kodatek. Returns it to Fradalone and then sends a long pass off the stick of Borgestad and deep into the Forest Lake end. Trying to clear it out himself was Salve, and he's able to do so. Rangers work their way into the Bears end now. Left wing side shot pad save for Conan. Kept in and forced down low by Linder. Bears return it back to neutral ice, and into the zone they come. Aiden Welch, right side to his left. Tic-tac-toe, and the shot goes just wide by Tyler Bishop. And the puck finds its way out of play and into the White Bear Lake bench, I believe.
Tyler Bishop, a stick on top of the head there, knowing that he just missed a great opportunity on that tic-tac-toe play.
Great look. Just him and Salve, and just couldn't get it to go.
Made Salve look real good there.
A little under 3 to go in period number 2.
Shots are 18-14 in favor of the Rangers now.
And another big face-off in that Forest Lake zone. Comeback kid Leighton Road out there for the Bears. Rangers force the puck out to neutral ice. The hand pass is negated. A loose glove is out there, and that was Grady Gallatin, who sees the offside and is very happy about that because he can get his glove back.
Yeah, ref just throwing it back to him. Free equipment on the ice.
You can play without a glove, Danny, but it's not fun. You never know what's going to happen. And
no, and you'd rather it be your bottom hand than your top hand there. Gallatin
off the face-off is able to skate it through neutral, but can't connect on the pass, and it goes for an icing. 2:24 to go. Bears have had some great A opportunities in the second period, just unable to find the net with the shot.
Still yet to have a power play as well.
Rangers playing a clean game thus far. Of course, Forest Lake had some opportunities of their own. One of them was so good, it forced the Bears to take a penalty in the process. And the Bears, of course, had the controversial net off Moorings no-goal call earlier in the period. So, again, scoreless game, but still plenty of action. Rangers back to the blue line. Stolen away. Sent down low. Johnson on it for Forest Lake. Sends one out in front, top of the slot. Blocked in front. Rebound loose off the top of the bottom of the crossbar and cleared out by White Bear Lake. What a great look. And now here's Leighton Road driving in. Road hooked on the play. No call. Another try for Nicky O'Brien. That's blocked by a shin pad. Into the corner it goes. It looked like Road had a lane to the net.
That was a controversial no call right there on Leighton Road.
Here's McKenzie. Poked off his stick. Trying to get it back. Now it's in front again. Another look for McKenzie. Goes back out high. Frammelone with a shot that's blocked. And the Rangers try to clear. They can't. Kodatek to McKenzie. McKenzie, top of the circle. Driving to the goal. Sends a backhand shot there that's blocked. Less than a minute remaining now. Said there's still plenty of action in this scoreless game in that last sequence. Great example of that. Fradalone. Worked in. Over to Brooks. Lost. Regained control by Aiden Welch. Rangers trying to clear. Welch has it at the half wall. trying to find an option to skates it toward the goal. Welch now goes behind the goal, looks in front and misses the pass to Fratellone, and they go all the way back into the White Bear Lake end. Rangers are going to try to get a quick change. Bears will try to take advantage. They won't be able to do so. Here come the Rangers, a shot off the post again. Another pipe. That's the third of the period. And here comes Nicky O'Brien. O'Brien with a shot, and that misses the net just wide as time expires on period number 2.
That last 2 minutes there was very exciting. Probably the most exciting of the whole game so far. 2 posts there by Forest Lake and 2 very good posts as well inside.
Somehow, some way, we enter the second intermission scoreless. The shots 19-14. They favor Forest Lake. Forest Lake testing the iron here in this second period. The iron is passing that test, and of course, you have to think Jackson Conan. They talk about goalie's best friend. I think Conan might want to think about, you know, finding a place with those posts and moving in together.
Making an offering with the water bottle, and maybe at the start of the next period. Wow, Forest Lake, grade A opportunities, and let's see if they can build on that coming into the next period.
Certainly will be an interesting final 17 as you see Alex Westad just booking it to the net. You'll love to see it. And again, we didn't know really what to expect heading into the second period. Somewhat of a different second period than it was the first, and really it's setting up to be an unpredictable third period as well.
Yeah, a little bit less whistles in that period, but we still saw a lot of icing so far. It looks like Alex is having fun there on the ice, but
the poor guys, they got one guy doing the net moving here, and it's Alex. I mean, you're gonna talk about a jack of all trades. Poor guy has to get that net, has to run 200 feet, gets a good workout in. Bottom line is, this was a very entertaining 34 minutes of hockey. The final 17 of regulation should hopefully live up to the hype, and we hope you stick around for that here at TCO Sports Garden. Again, the score, White Bear Lake 0, Forest Lake 0. After 2 periods of play, you're watching high school boys hockey in SCC Sports.
Have questions about the coronavirus?
I'm here to share some simple steps you can take to help protect yourself and others.
Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Wash your hands often with soap and water for 20+ seconds.
Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue.
Clean and disinfect surfaces and objects. Wash hands after touching commonly used items.
Together, we can help slow the spread.
After being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and losing her job due to treatment, Liz received a housing voucher, but was denied housing when she tried to use it.
It was shocking to me that people discriminated against you for the type of income you were utilizing to pay your rent.
Do you use non-wage income such as disability benefits or Section 8 vouchers to pay for housing? A new law in New York State makes it illegal to be denied housing based on your source of income. If you suspect discrimination, visit endincomebiasny.com.
Kids will be kids, which just goes to say kids will be curious. They get into everything, everything. If there's a loaded firearm in the house, they could get their hands on that too. Keeping firearms locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition in a place inaccessible to kids can help keep your loved ones safe from family fire. Safe gun storage saves lives.
Hi, I'm Anne Margaret. I went to Vietnam to entertain the troops in 1966 and 1968. My guys, my gentlemen, if you lived through the Vietnam War era, you know the impact that the war had. But today, we are in danger of history being lost. Current generations know very little about the war, or the people who served. As more of our Vietnam vets pass away each day, their stories are being lost to history. Together, we can change that. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund is the organization that built the wall. It works to ensure that future generations will understand the war's impact. Let's help keep the promise that the wall was built on. Never forget. Visit vvmf.org to find out how you can get involved.
Do you remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're a big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
Scoreless through 2 periods of play. Welcome back to TCO Sports Garden. He is Danny Ryan. I'm Zach Halverson. Danny, we look at how this game has progressed, and it's so hard to analyze. Both teams have had their opportunities. I don't even know if there's been a better amount of better opportunities either way. Both teams have had grade A chances, just unable to capitalize, and it's through 2 periods of play, 19-14 in shots. That's all we can really report.
Both teams have hit the post. Both teams have had really good scoring opportunities where the net has come off. And both teams keep having really good breakaway opportunities and not capitalizing it both times.
The Bears coming into this game with a 7-game winning streak, Danny, and they're trying to make it 8. It's certainly not being made easy by the Forest Lake Rangers. They look like they maybe had an opportunity to put this game up 1-0. It was a bang play, and the officials unfortunately did not rule in favor of the Bears in that particular opportunity.
Yeah, what we could tell is the net went off right away, but what we couldn't see, you know, exactly if it was the far post or the near post, but the whistle was very quickly after the puck went in the net of a no-goal opportunity. So, bang, but you have to kind of capitalize on some of those losses and move on and try to get another one.
And to their credit, I mean, I feel like they did respond well. There wasn't a lot of complaining.
Nope.
Obviously, Coach Sager has his guys trained well, and just move on. You can't do anything about it. And they certainly did. And you know, there was one controversial call after another. There was one on the other side with the Forest Lake Rangers with the goal being dismounted. And it's just what, you know, when you have a game like this, again, it's so hard fought that both teams trying to fight for every inch and not getting a lot of inches, that's for sure. They've it's been very tough going for those offenses, and it's sort of the result there as you get those controversial plays that no matter how good of officials you have, they're always going to have that little issue there.
Yeah, and as we talked about in the first period, this game means a lot to both of these teams section-wise. They're not in the same section, but as far as section seeding go, another quality win for either one of these teams will go a long way. And this is a good quality win against common opponents for them. So if we look towards the future, this is a win that both of these teams need.
You look at the rankings right now, the Bears clawing their way into a top 20 ranking in the Let's Play Hockey poll. You see Maple Grove, certainly undisputed #1 ranked team. After that, gets a little bit more muddy. Lakeville South still undefeated, but less of a tough record than the team above them in Eden Prairie. Benilde St. Margaret's also, and Grand Rapids running got that top 5.
Yeah, if you look at Maple Grove, they're in cruise control right now. They're beating teams by 5, 6, 7 goals each night. Eden Prairie's top line of Jackson Blake, Carter Batchelder, and Drew Holt is a force to be reckoned with. Lakeville South, as you said, Zach, their schedule might not be up to par, but they are certainly rolling. And Grand Rapids, to wrap up the north up there, they are one of the stingiest teams on the back end, barely letting up any goals at all.
And you want to talk about strength of schedule. I mean, you look at Edina, 14th ranked with just 4 wins on the year, but they've been playing, and I'd say those 5 losses are all by teams in probably the top 10, right?
Yeah, and they also are Eden Prairie's lone loss, too.
Yeah.
You know, we saw them lose to Hill Murray, which is in the top 10. I mean, this is an Edina team that plays in the Lake Conference year after year, and so that record is not necessarily reflective on how good of a squad they are.
And we were at the game, Danny, a couple weeks ago. Number 2 Eden Prairie beat number 11 Wayzata by 7. 7 to nothing.
It was
crazy.
It was pretty impressive to watch.
You want to talk about a crazy year it has been, and we've seen some crazy things throughout the year, including tonight. We talked about just now the controversial call. You make the call at home. Leighton Road driving to the goal, brought down, and that's, you know, away from the play. That puck is in the net.
But you can see
but
the
net
first
might have been off on the other side. We can't see it from there. Maybe that was the call. But I would also argue, not only on that play, but another play we saw later on, Leighton Road is doing everything he can. He's got its speed. He's keeping his feet moving, and normally that results in drawing some sort of penalty. And the officials been fairly kind to the Rangers when it comes to their attempts to stop the very fast, speedy Leighton Road.
Yeah, there was a controversial no holding call there at the end of that last period that definitely could have gone White Bear Lake's way, but chose not to, and we'll see if White Bear gets their first power play in this next period.
17 more minutes of regulation to go at TCO Sports Garden. White Bear Lake, Forest Lake scoreless through 2 periods of play. The 3rd period coming up next on SCC Sports.
My son Andrew was always a joy to be around. He was smart and talented with a personality that just drew people to him. And he is all of those things and more today. I always taught him to be accepting of other people and to be true in everything you do. That's why when Andrew was suddenly fired from his teaching job for being gay, I literally felt my heart break. As a parent, you try to prepare your child for anything that can happen in life, but how do you prepare them for something like that? I hope for a future where no matter what a person's sexual orientation is, people will be treated with respect, equality, and love.
I am what hunger looks like in America.
I am an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for the last day of school. Because this may be the last time I'll have lunch. Till September.
I am a single father of 2 who works 3 part-time jobs. And that's still not enough to put food on the table. I am a 16-year-old boy who just got my first job to help feed my little sisters. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew they were hungry.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Every empty seat at a concert, game, or special event is a missed opportunity to say thank you to America's heroes. Donate your extra tickets to VetTix. Give something to those who gave. Go to vettix.org.
Vehicle accidents are stressful enough. You don't need someone showing up at the scene trying to pressure you into letting them tow away your vehicle, often falsely claiming they were dispatched by the police or an insurance company. Be wary of any unsolicited tow truck that arrives on the scene of an accident. In fact, in some places, it's illegal. Motorists should not feel pressured to agree to a tow. Call your roadside assistance provider or insurance company for towing company suggestions, or consult with police on the scene. Always get the price and terms in writing along with the location of the tow yard before letting a tow truck driver hook up your vehicle and take it away. If you suspect fraud, call us at 1-800-TEL-NICB. That's 1-800-TEL-NICB, or visit our website, www.nicb.org. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Back for the third period, White Bear Lake, Forest Lake. It's on SEC Sports, and it's scoreless through 2 periods of play with Danny Ryan. I'm Zach Halverson. We'll see what happens in this final 17. We mentioned the main announcer here of SEC Sports, Alex Westad. He's in the penalty box. He's the scorekeeper as well. He hasn't had a lot to do in this game so far. Still, again, nothing to add scoring-wise, and only 1 penalty to add to the score sheet. I don't know if they have paper score sheets still, Danny, but not a lot of ink on it so far.
Nope, only shots so far.
Rangers trying to claw their way in, stolen back by the Bears. This entire sheet of ice through both periods has been used. Here's a chance for the Rangers, and a shot trickles just wide, taken by Gavin Minnendorf, and another opportunity. A weak angle directed behind the White Bear Lake cage. And that has really been the story of the evening here, as Murky driving in, trying to get a shot off, sends one off of the skates of Save, but he doesn't get the hop. The Rangers able to clear it out. They'll move it in offside. Kind of an interesting play by Murky. I don't know if he was trying to center it. Regardless, he got it toward the goal, trying for that, maybe lucky bounce to make this thing 1-0. Couldn't get the bounce, however.
But you could tell he was gassed right afterwards. He got himself off the ice. Both teams' conditioning is testing so far in this game with so much up and down hockey.
I mentioned again, this both teams, the opportunities. Whistle will be blown, and another offside for the Forest Lake Rangers, who, again, we talked about the record. I don't know what it is in terms of stoppages, but
we're getting there, okay? We're 5 away, I've been told.
Nicky O'Brien goes behind his goal to grab the puck. He'll reverse direction with it. Got it to Gallatin, who goes from right to left, and then flips it to neutral ice. It's picked up by Duzeric. Nicky O'Brien will be picked up here behind the net. Off the wall. Moving it forward here to Domshot. Back to O'Brien's stick. Bears slowing the play down a bit here as they slowly break it out. They try for a pass to Bishop, but doesn't connect, and it goes for an icing instead.
Seems like the first period's momentum is continuing in the third period here. So first team to really establish a good offensive zone line there will probably create the first goal opportunity, because these rushes aren't going in right now.
Yeah. Again, teams have some shots attempted, none of them on goal through the first 2 minutes. Bears will try to change that. Leighton Road ridden hard into the wall. Loose puck picked up by the Rangers. Burst, long pass off the stick of Eli Anderson. It goes into the corner behind the net, picked up by Anderson as he looks for options. Flips it forward for Road. Now it's Road to his right. Murky with a shot, and it just missed. To the left, back to the blue line, picked up by Eli Anderson. Went over to his right for Domshot, who's just able to keep it in. rimmed it around the wall, far corner. Played out by Jackson Steele. And coming down to grab it and send it back in deep was Tanner Dom's shot, but the whistle will be blown and offside will be called.
Good opportunity there for the Bears. Shot that I think Save got a little bit of his blocker on that just went to the outside.
Neutral zone draw won by the Rangers. Walker to his right. Cross ice pass hit something and negated the icing. The Rangers will fight their way in deep. Centering attempt just under the stick of Jackson Moss. Back out high. A shot from Walker is redirected just wide of the goal. Rangers keep the pressure going. Bears able to just get it out. And back to pick up is Ryan Nyhart. Into the zone comes Jackson Moss, but you guessed it, Forest Lake offside.
Moss with a really good tip opportunity there, but just the deflection did not go in. Two good scoring chances by him in that one shift, and as he comes off the ice, see if his line mates can gather some momentum that he created.
Bears win the face-off. Nicky O'Brien to his left. Off the wall, into the zone comes Anthony Brooks. Stolen away by the Rangers. Chase Osterberg moving it forward. Leipzig trying to help out. Bears steal it back. And it's Brooks once again into the zone, this time on the right side. He'll send it down low. Zurich takes a hit in the corner. Osterberg trying to get the puck. McKenzie causing issues, but it finds the stick of Chase Osterberg, who fights his way to the red line and dumps it in deep. Behind the goal, picked up by the Bears. Skip the stick of O'Brien. He'll try to get it back. He does get it back. He forces the puck forward. McKenzie one-hands it forward for Kotzmacher. Kotzmacher had it poked off his stick as he entered the Forest Lake zone. Bears have to touch up. They do. Rangers will have a little bit easier way out as they do find their way out of the zone, but it ramps off a stick and goes into the crowd. Everybody okay? Thankfully, the lack of attendance helped there, and nobody was hurt.
No, and puck goes back onto the ice. I don't understand. Why don't you keep the puck?
You should keep it. Varsity level for sure. JV, throw the puck back in, but we can. But maybe in this year, maybe it's different because.
Find a kid, give the puck to a kid. That's always my stance.
Amen. Matthew Linder rotates it to his left for Connor Burst. Burst connects with Mindorf. Johnson, Middendorf, backhand over the wide open White Bear Lake goal. Another try out in front for the Rangers. On the goal mouth, it's turned away by the Bears. They'll battle now. It's Leighton Road. Stolen away again. Here come the Rangers. Another shot, another pad save. Loose in the slot. Goes to the corner. Connor Burst down there. Sends it behind the White Bear Lake goal. The Bears looking to break it out. Slowed some things down here. They are able to get it to neutral ice. Bouncing puck finds Johnson. Johnson makes his way through, but it goes on goal, and shoveling it to the corner was Koenig. Behind the goal, it's picked up by Leighton Road. Road gains speed, exits his zone, now enters Forest Lakes. Road, shot, save, baseball batted out of the air to the half wall, picked up by Max Hamstead. He lost it. Rangers will pick it up now. They have some numbers as they enter the zone, but they'll take a change. Linder all alone. He'll blow a tire. Bears pick up the loose puck. They'll send it back down the ice. It gets on its edge, and it will just barely go for an icing with 11 and a half to go in period number 3.
It really feels like today that the shooters are their worst enemy. How many shots have missed the net completely? Forest Lake with a really good opportunity there and just put the puck right over the net and just missed a wide open net.
Miscue on the pass, trying to track it down is Aiden Welch. Left wing side, Welch spinning around looking for options. Tried to find one in Bishop, swatted out of the air, high stick negated by the touch up by Fratellone, who sends it down low to the corner for Bishop. Bishop back off the wall to Fratellone at the blue line. Fratellone keeping it in, but the second attempt is good for the Rangers as they send it across the ice. Kodatek retreating, gets back, sends it off the shelf, bounces down to Welch, who goes to his right for Borgstad. Borgstad in direction of Bishop. Loose Brady Borgstad spins, fires a shot. Another block. Another try for Borgstad. Misses just wide. Hit off the back wall, bounces around to the blue line. Kodatek with a shot. Another save. Bishop. Now here's another try.
Ooh.
Just left of the goal by Aiden Welch. Somehow, some way, couldn't find it. And the puck is cleared out by the Rangers.
Good flurry right there by White Bear Lake.
Hard off the glass into the Forest Lake end. It'll be grabbed here by Leipzig. Now to Wachter. Wachter moving it forward for Osterberg. Stolen away by McKenzie. Bouncing puck behind the goal. Wachter tracked down by McKenzie. Up in the air, falls down in the corner. More bodies collide. Battle continues down there. Brooks trying to help out with the effort for White Bear Lake. Poked back behind. Wachter will go behind his cage to his right. Flipped up in the air to center, and the Rangers finally able to clear. Bears will regroup. They'll push it forward. Finds the stick of Kotzmacher. Kotzmacher moving it in, trying for a shot. Instead, we'll just flip it back behind the net. Rims off the shelf out of the reach of McKenzie, and that allows the Rangers to try to break it out. They're able to do so. Chase Osterberg to his right, stolen away by O'Brien. Nicky O'Brien, very dangerous, cuts his way through, lost it in the process, and here comes Hunter Johnson. Johnson from left to right as he will try to send it down low, but great defense play by Gallatin, causing all sorts of problems. The puck finds its way to the corner. Gallatin will look at it here. He'll grab it, he'll send it off the wall to the blue line. Kept in and fired back down low by Burst. Burst in the corner, now in front, one-time opportunity, but on the wrong hand was Jackson Moss, and here come the Bears. Here's Anthony Brooks. Brooks moving in, poked off his stick nicely by Burst. Burst looking for the transition, finds it up the left wing side for Middendorf. Middendorf at the red line, stolen back by the Bears. Here he comes, it's Eli Anderson. Off some shin pads, gets it right back and drops it down low behind the net for Max Hamstead. Hamstead looking in front, sends one in front, off some skates, not to a receiver, and the Rangers able to clear it back out, and now they'll work it into the Bears end this time. Big collision put on by Ethan Murphy on the far wall. Track behind the net, now to Murphy. Check that was Domschott with the big hit in the far side. Domschott will have the puck now off the right glove, drops it down to his stick, and fights his way through neutral ice and gets it into the Rangers' end. It's picked up by Matthew Linder. He'll work it to his right side, and now through neutral ice, back into the White Bear Lake end it goes. Grabbing it is Eli Anderson. It's in his skates, now a centering attempt there for the Rangers. Nobody there to put it home. Murphy trying to force it back out, but great defensive work by Zurich, who was able to grab it and send it behind the White Bear Lake goal. Hard ring around the wall for the Bears, and here comes Murphy. Murphy fires a shot, ramps off a stick, goes in the netting behind, and stops play. Just under 8 to go in period number 3. Somehow still scoreless between the Bears and the Rangers.
That was by far our longest period with no whistles there, as we saw White Bear really try to set up some things going on, some great opportunities, unable to capitalize, but just missing on some.
So the most recent one there with Murphy. Off the face-off, Fratellone keeps it in front of him, drops it down low for Bishop. Working that perimeter. Osterberg stealing it for the Rangers, got it to neutral ice. Poked back around at the blue line. Forced along back to Osterberg. He's been all over the puck here in the last couple periods. The Bears steal it away. At the blue line. Kept in by Forest Lake. They'll drop it back behind the goal. Kodatek. In the direction of Aiden Welch. Couldn't get a handle on it. This time the clearing attempt is successful. That goes off the boards in front of the Ranger bench. Forest Lake regroups. They'll send it down the ice, and it will go for an icing. So a whistle and a face-off coming up in the Forest Lake end this time. 7:11 to go in the third. Clock ticking here, Danny, and we're at the point now where any goal could be easily the game winner.
It really feels like next goal wins type of thing with 7 minutes left. Got both top lines going out right now with Leighton Road and Morkey out there, as well as Hunter Johnson and Jackson Moss. Jackson Moss has had a good period so far.
Swung around the wall. O'Brien trying to keep it in, can't do so. Murky will backhand it deep into the Forest Lake end, and giving chase here is Connor Burst. Tries up the right side, stolen back by Murky. Murky off the wall, down low. Off the side of the cage, Walker there first for the Rangers. He'll slide it forward for Middendorf. He'll try to clear, but Rode gets in the way of it. Rode goes to his right, keeps the puck going forward before it's finally forced back out to neutralized by Burst. Bears will regroup. They'll send it forward, and off the stick of Hamstead, it goes deep into the Forest Lake end. Rode there first, Senkles it back for Hamstead, who takes a weak angle shot. That's turned away. It's picked up by Murky, and the net is off the moorings. Whistle will blow, and we'll keep the face-off in the Forest Lake end. And we'll see what Tim Sager does with his top line. And they will make their way to the bench. So
coming off. He was waiting there for Forest Lake to make a decision.
The advantage, that home ice advantage. Again, we talked about the crowd and the ice and everything in the locker room, but getting into those playoffs, Danny, can be so huge for that final change as well.
Yeah, last change is very, very important.
Off the face-off to neutral ice it goes. Rangers force it off the face-off in their own end. Almost at a 2-on-1, but the Bears able to come back, adjust, and get it back deep into the Forest Lake zone. Kotzmacher for the Bears. Back out high. Dom shot to his left. Here's Eli Anderson with a shot and a save for Sauve as it goes to the corner. Behind the net. Skip the stick of McKenzie. Bounces around near side. Grabbed here by Moss for a moment. That's Reese Moss. As now he is trying to get it out of there. He is able to muscle it just briefly free. Sends it down the ice, trying to beat out the icing, but just unable to was Jackson Steele. And another offensive zone draw for the Bears coming up. And that's another thing. Bears have had a lot of opportunities off the face-off. And we've seen in years past, Tim Sager does like to have some fancy face-off plays to try to get some offense going. We just haven't seen that yet in this game.
Well, we haven't seen that offensive zone pressure, so face-off wins have been kind of at a premium so far, especially in the offensive zone. They need to win this to kind of sustain that. As we can see, they just lost this one.
The Rangers clear it out to neutral ice. Kodatek comes back, sends it to the red line. Hunter Johnson fights his way in. This top-tier players for the Rangers sent on goal. Took a weird hop, and adjusting and making the save was Conan. That was one of those funny hops that in a game like this could be a difference maker, and thankfully for the Bears, it wasn't.
Well, and Zach, you know TCO's ice pretty well. The ice here does tend to hop a little bit more than other rinks, for sure.
It is certainly not known for the best ice in the state. We'll leave it at that. As the face-off in the White Bear Lake zone, it's won by the Bears. Kodatek will look for options, goes to Leighton Road, who skates behind his goal with it. Hard off the wall, intercepted by the Rangers, driven down to the corner. Now a shot in front, loose, and stealing it away and getting it out of harm's way was Kodatek. Rangers get in the way of the clearing attempt, trying to force something there, but the Bears steal it right back, and with some speed, it's Leighton Road through neutral ice. Road cutting his way in here, dropped away from his stick, but kept in at the blue line by Kodatek, who forces it forward, but stolen right back by the Rangers on the quick transition, but it was offside at the line. Coming in and just getting ahead of himself was Gavin Middendorf, and the Rangers have struggled with that all game, Danny, that offside.
Yeah, that outlet pass to go, and I really think Moss has had a couple of those that have been called offsides, and they've been questioned both times.
It's under 5 to go now in the third. Theoretically speaking, somebody doesn't have to score, but I feel like that would be a much more preferred result as the puck goes in. And icing, I guess, is the call. Okay, so they say O'Brien didn't have enough on the follow-through. But I'm saying, Danny, we have 13 more minutes max total if nobody scores in the next 5. And what an interesting result that would be if somehow if we see a scoreless tie, how that would fit into everything. But
yeah, and it definitely, this whole game has not felt like it would be a tie game, but just nothing has found the back of the net.
Off the draw, loosen the White Bear Lake slot, and the Rangers keep the pressure going up to the left corner with some speed around the net as Middendorf Middendorf working all the way around the perimeter. Back to the blue line. A shot from the blue line hits a shin pad, bounces to the corner where it's picked up by Murky. Murky goes behind the goal with it. Gallatin, long pass forward for Rode. Rode gives it off here for Hamstead. Hamstead, nice move. Max Hamstead moving in, but he's ridden off the puck before he can take a shot. Nice defensive play there by Jackson Moss. Long pass there for Johnson. Here's Hunter Johnson with a shot and a save for Jackson Conan. Bears will try it the other way. This time it's Leighton Rode to his left for Hamstead. Hamstead drops it for Murky. Murky back to Rode, but it trickles off his stick. Now another try, a shot and a save, rebound. Trying to get after it there was Hamstead, but his stick was knocked out of his hands. He'll grab his stick as Rode has it here. Gives it over for Hamstead off the wall. Stolen and cleared down the ice by, or actually out of play by Jackson Moss. The Rangers and I think the Bears too needed a change with 3:45 to go in the third.
Yeah, those top line are getting some work right now. As you see, quick shifts are happening so they can save themselves for the possible overtime, which would come up in about 3:45 if nobody scores. Shots are in favor of Forest Lake, 24-20 right now.
Blanchard down the ice with it for the Rangers. Into the corner it goes. Osterberg trying to cycle it down low. Bears in the way of it. Here comes Eli Anderson to his right for Bishop. Bishop working his way in, but offside at the line once again. As I'm now being told, we have officially passed the most stoppages ever in a hockey game ever.
Yep. And we will add to that total continuously, it seems like.
I don't know who keep track of that, but that would be an interesting number to actually find out.
I don't want to have that job for the person
thing.
that has to go to the games.
Bears win the face-off. Just over 3 to go in the third. Dumped into the Forest Lake end. Rangers looking for a quick out. Blanchard got it to center ice. Stolen back by Eli Anderson off the wall to the blue line. Battle there for Borgestad. Bishop had it for a moment. Stolen back by Matthew Linder. He'll go backwards for Burst. Burst back to Linder. Linder skates it across his blue line. Now gains the line. Sends it just wide of the White Bear Lake goal. Takes a hard hop off that wall. Bounces back towards the blue line. And then it's flipped up in the air and out of play with 2:43 to go. Tim Sager will try to find that puck and return it to the ice.
We expect the top lines to go out again for both squads. Doesn't look like it for Forest Lake, but Sager is going to put out the Leighton Road line once again. So we'll see how quick Forest Lake can get off the ice here.
Around the wall, big breakout for the Bears, but miscue there results in Jackson Steele tracking it down, sending it deep into the White Bear Lake end. At the red line, Murky struggling again there. Jackson Steele getting in the way of that and sending it right back into the White Bear Lake end. Fratellone off the glass down the ice. It will hit the side of the cage, just not enough, and result in an icing. We'll see the top line for Forest Lake make their way back out onto the ice.
Moss and Hunter Johnson back out there. See if they can get a good offensive zone draw here and create something. 2:16 left.
Rode versus Johnson. Rode wins that battle, but the puck bounces around that ice, not the best in that zone. Eli Anderson pick it up, make that, that's Max Hamstead. Will pick it up for White Bear Lake, now flipped up in the air by Murky. Hamstead trying to track it down, getting there first is Brust. Brust will lose it. Bears will skate it right back in. Brust to the right side, chance, but Murky's stick tied up nicely by Jackson Moss. Still loose though. Murky trying to get after it, but Shoso got there first. The Rangers try to clear, kept in by White Bear Lake. Here's Leighton Road in front of the Zamboni doors. 90 seconds to go in regulation. You don't get a point for making it to overtime in this league, so there won't be any crazy,
half
save
points.
play. They will fight to the end here, too. Here is Leighton Rowe with a shot. That's a save for Save behind the net. Battle continues. Dropping down for White Bear Lake is Kotzmacher, trying to maneuver his way around. Got it to McKenzie behind. Now picked back up by Kotzmacher. He's ridden into the wall. Rangers steal it free. They try to clear. Battle in the slot area. Still loose. McKenzie spins and fires a shot just wide of the goal. Kodatek will try to keep it in, but it skips his stick. Again, this ice in very poor condition right now. The entire sheet has been used endlessly throughout this third period. 35 seconds to go. Rangers will dump the puck deep into the White Bear Lake end. It's O'Brien. Couldn't control. Cleared out to center by the Bears. Back to pick up is Dzurek. Dzurek will move it in, poked off his stick, but he'll get it right back. Sends it on goal. Conan makes a save. Goes to the corner. Grady Gallatin will grab it here for White Bear Lake. Tried to poke it along. Got it forward for Aiden Welch with 10 seconds to go. Moving it in is Borgstad. Borgstad back in the direction of Welch. Couldn't find him. O'Brien with 3 seconds, 2 and 1. And we are headed to overtime here at TCO Sports Garden. 51 minutes of scoreless hockey. And that's not enough. We'll head upwards of another 8 minutes, Danny. What a crazy, bizarre game we have. 25 to 21 shots. So close to 50 between these two teams, and none of them could find the back of the net.
No, in this overtime period, they will not resurface for this 8-minute session. So first one to score wins, and it might be a bouncy goal just on how everything's looking right now on the ice. There's a lot of snow out there.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit in the pregame, a little bit throughout the game, how the ice conditions here aren't known for being the best. And you combine that with the fact that, like you said, there's no, as we look left and right, there's really no clear stretch of ice. It is snowy throughout, and that will certainly cause some trouble for both teams, and certainly increases the opportunity of some weird bounce maybe being the difference in the game.
And we'll see a long change happen, like a second period as well in this overtime session. So we'll see how much that affects both teams. White Bear has lost, I believe, 1 game to Stillwater in overtime.
Yes. And
Forest Lake has their win against East Ridge in overtime, 3-2 to start off the season.
So again, we talk about differences in this one. Game of inches and game of calls and game of all sorts of things. And did that net come off before that puck went in? It looked like it maybe did. Who knows? We don't have the overhead. We don't have Toronto. All we have is Danny Ryan, myself, Zach Halverson, the entire SCC sports crew here, bringing you high school hockey on a Tuesday night between White Bear Lake and Forest Lake. We haven't had a goal in 51 minutes. Will we have it in the next 8 minutes? I'm going to find out here in just a second. The teams do switch sides here, Danny, and that is another thing too. Bears have really ridden that top line.
Yes. And I would say the Forest Lake top line of Hunter Johnson, Jackson Moss, and Gavin Middendorf has done very well on their side, creating chances out in front and some very good opportunities, whether it's tips or what have you. So both of these lines have seen their fair chance today.
Face-off won by the Rangers. They force it into the Bears' end. They'll skate it forward. Here's Jackson Moss dropping it back for Johnson. Hunter Johnson back in the direction of Moss, but it's stolen away. It's kept in at the blue line. Nice effort by Walker from his hand, but it's forced back out by the Bears. Goes deep into the Forest Lake end. Grabbing it here is Connor Brust. Brust goes to his left, bounces off the wall, picked up by Johnson. Johnson skating into some open ice here, cuts to his right, Sent a pass forward into the skates of Brust. He'll adjust, he'll push it forward, and now here comes Johnson, but he couldn't get a handle on it as he entered the zone, and the Bears are able to break it out and send it back deep into the Forest Lake end. Layton Road getting there first for White Bear Lake. Got it out in front, bounced off the side of the cage. Rangers steal it right back. Down low, down there is Brust. Brust goes to his right as the Rangers try to clear it out. Took a weird hop, goes back in the direction of Brust. Brust will pick it up here. He'll slide it forward, connecting with Jackson Moss. Moss goes from left to right. He'll slide it to his right, and into the zone come the Forest Lake Rangers as they dump it in deep. Conan stops it behind. The line change is being made here. Fradalone will pick up the puck for the Bears. He'll slide it forward to the Bear blue line and connects with Aiden Welch, who goes to his right. Into the zone comes White Bear Lake. Some nice moves here for Bishop. Back to Welch. Welch moving in. It's poked off his stick nicely by DeZurek. They try to clear, but they can't. Here's Kodatek with a shot. That's blocked in front. Still loose, and there's the whistle. A great shot from the point. Bears try to get some traffic in front. Can't get it to go. And in this overtime period, we have a whistle with 6.5 to go, still scoreless.
Kodatek, good opportunity there with that shot from the point. Any shot right now is a good shot. Just try to create some opportunities, maybe some rebounds there to see if anything can get poked in.
Off the draw, Welch with the shot, save, rebound loose, and push through the crease, but not in the goal. What a great look for Brady Borgstad as the Rangers ice it. It was in the crease, it has inches from ending this game. The Bears fall just short.
Like I said, take a shot and pray for a rebound, and boom, right there, you could see it. Oh. Just barely Brady Borgstad missing that rebound.
And another draw in the Forest Lake end. Bears getting some momentum here. Things starting to turn their way. Off the draw, kick to the wall, pushed down low, just out of the reach of Layton Road. Played back behind, now off the side of the cage to the corner. Swung around forward to Osterberg. Osterberg will try to clear, poked off the wall, back to himself, and moving his way through is Blanchard to his right. A shot goes through the crease, goes wide of the White Bear Lake goal, poked back out to center. Layton Road tracking it down, and the Bears have numbers. Road moving in, across, bouncing puck, drops down, trying to swat at it as Murphy goes back to the blue line. It's Gallatin with a shot, a shoulder save there for Save, and the loose puck picked up by the Bears. Here's O'Brien. Nicky O'Brien working his way in, goes to the corner, drop back to Road, rope to the corner. Chance in front, loose, and then cleared away by the Rangers. They get it out to neutral ice, and keeping with it here briefly was Middendorf. Good job by Nicky O'Brien tracking it down. He got it forward for Road. Road fights his way through neutral ice, cuts to and goes to the outside with it. Cross ice, right side shot, saved. Taken there by Save. And out come the Rangers. Now the whistle will be blown for high stick. And I believe that was on the Bears, so the faceoff will be in the White Bear Lake end. All sorts of chances for the Bears.
But Connor Brust right there for Forest Lake, getting right in the passing lane and stopping a grade A opportunity for White Bear.
Draw one by the Rangers. Played down by Brust. Behind the Bear goal, centered through the crease, bounces back to neutral ice. Grabbing it is Walker. He'll move it forward for Johnson, but he was offside. And they're gonna bring the face-off on the Rangers side of the ice here, so not all the way intentional, but a little intentional. Actually, they're gonna bring it center ice. 5:02 to go in overtime. If you're new to high school hockey, there is no shootout, so unless somebody scores, this would be a tie, but Bears, they don't want that. Into the Rangers. Back into the Forest Lake end. It's off the glass to center. Johnson trying to end it. Cuts to his right, to his left. A shot, or at least a chance for Jackson Moss. Couldn't get the shot off. The whistle is blown, and they're going to call icing. And they're going to correct, are they going to correct it here? As Coach Tim Sager not happy with the call. And he's currently getting the ear of the official here.
And the linesman adamant that he was not at the red line when he dumped that one in. linesman has the final call here.
So the face-off will be in the White Bear Lake end. Layton Road versus Hunter Johnson, part 45, it feels like. The draw one to the corner. Layton Road and Johnson fighting for it along the wall. Comes free. Murky will have it here. Gives it back in the direction of Fratellone. Fratellone will gain the line. He'll send it in. This will not be icing as the puck goes to the corner. Behind the net, picked up by Brust. Brust will skate it behind his goal. Goes to his left with it. Now forward to Johnson. Johnson lost it as he skated into Road. Bears were going to be offside as the Rangers poke it back to neutral ice. And into the zone on the right wing side, it's Johnson. Johnson working it in. Ridden off the puck by Kodatek. Goes behind. Bears steal it right back. And then tracking it down here will be Max Hamstead, who flips it to the blue line. Kept in. The second try, however, will be successful. Fratellone sends it forward off of Murky stick. It bounces down here for Hamstead, who goes to Road, but they call it offside.
It really feels like tonight there has been a lot of delayed offside calls.
I would love to see that again, but that was, Sager, head coach Jim Sager, not happy at all about the last couple of whistles. And
he's letting them know about
we'll see it drop down. It's hard to say. We'll call it close enough. Back to pick it up is Nicky O'Brien. He goes hard off the back wall to Gallatin. Gallatin works it forward here to Welch. Welch drops it back. To center ice it goes, picked up by Dzurek. He'll go to his left. Chance for the Rangers. Shot is blocked back to Dzurek. He'll fire another shot, save, rebound loose, picked up by the Bears, and with some speed is Tyler Bishop. He'll skate it down the ice on the right wing side. Bishop working it in. Pass, backhand shot, save by Save. Rebound to the blue line. It just misses Gallatin's stick, who has to come all the way back to pick up. He'll slide it to his right for O'Brien. Icing waved off as it's sent down the ice, stopped behind the goal by Save. To the corner, back behind the net. Grabbed by Forest Lake, 3 minutes to go in overtime. Hard around the wall, kept in by O'Brien. Still in front of him, now spinning and firing is Hamstead. Somehow he's able to keep it in front of him. Still in front of him, Hamstead. Working his way in. Chance, shot, just wide by Bishop. Another try here. Gallatin fires one wide. Bounces off the back wall and smothering it is Casey Save. My goodness.
Save standing tall there on the 2-on-1 opportunity. He definitely did not see that one and was looking around as the puck squirted away from him. He is standing on top of his head as White Bear continues to pour it on in this overtime period.
You have to wonder, Danny, they still have both teams still have their timeout.
True.
When will that be called? It won't be called here. Obviously, perhaps Sager wanted to take advantage of some of this momentum. And unfortunately for the Bears, on the faceoff, they won it cleanly, but it goes between the 2D. And now a quick turnover forced by Mindorf. He'll skate it deep into the White Bear Lake again. Weak angle shot is blocked by Layton Road. He'll muscle it to the blue line, kept in by the Rangers. Backhand shot bounces just wide of the White Bear Lake goal. Off the glass by Domshot, and it clears and goes out of play. 131 seconds remaining in overtime. All it takes is one of those. Can either of these two teams figure out a way to finally break this ice that we thought for sure was going to be a high-scoring game in the early stages? There were so many shots so quickly. But these goaltenders have stood tall, and let's just face it, the offense for both squads, that last step, have been unable to find the back of the net. Plenty of shots missed. As Tyler Bishop drops the puck deep into the Forest Lake end. Rangers return it back to the White Bear Lake side, and that will be waved off as it's picked up by Cade Kodatek at the half wall. Sent high into the air, bounces down. Grabbed here by Aiden Welch. Now skated across by Borgstad, who skates it deep with 100 seconds to go in overtime. Behind the net, picked up by Walker. Work near side, flutters around in the neutral zone. Grabbed by Kodatek. He'll muscle it forward to the neutral zone. Rangers trying to slow things down. They'll regroup. They'll force it deep into the White Bear Lake end. Behind the net, it's Kodatek. Off the wall here for Fratellone. Fratellone threads the needle. Left wing side, into the zone comes Aiden Welch. Tried to go behind the net, stolen away by the Rangers. Long pass there at the blue line. Here's Jackson Moss with a shot, and he misses the net just wide, but it's picked up by Johnson. Johnson skates it behind the White Bear Lake goal with under a minute remaining in overtime. Stolen away by the Bears, and here's Leighton Road. He's dangerous. He's Leighton Road. He'll cut to his left, now to his right, and he lost it, couldn't pull the trigger. Rangers back the other way. It's Hunter Johnson. Johnson letting it go here for Middendorf. Gavin Middendorf had it poked off his stick by O'Brien, but it's picked up by the Rangers and centered. Loose puck on its edge goes just wide of the White Bear Lake goal with a half minute remaining in overtime. Back to the blue line. Murphy trying to track it down. Here's Ethan Murphy, one-on-one, driving in, brought down, no call. O'Brien with a shot from a weak angle. That doesn't go, and somehow, some way, through 58 minutes and 30 seconds, not one penalty called on Forest Lake. 14 seconds to go. Here come the Rangers. Last second opportunity. The shot hits a stick, bounces around with 7 seconds remaining. Long pass trickles off of Rhodes' stick, and that'll do it. 59 minutes of hockey here at TCO Sports Garden. 0 goals to show for it. A scoreless tie between White Bear Lake and Forest Lake. Wow.
White Bear Lake still not happy about that no call on the Ethan Murphy takedown when that was a clear takedown.
I am shocked between that and
I get overtime hockey, don't call something, but I mean when it's clearly preventing a scoring opportunity. Wow.
Would have been a good penalty.
Would have been.
And it was a good penalty. It just wasn't called.
Yeah.
And no power play opportunities the entire game for White Bear Lake. The Forest Lake Rangers had won. They did not capitalize. Shots on goal, 26-25 in favor of Forest Lake. But none of those 51 shots found the back of the net. And wow, what a crazy hockey game we had here at TCO Sports Garden, which we had a goal to show for you. We could roll the highlight reel and it wouldn't be that long.
No.
There it was. That was the highlight reel.
The highlight reel is right what we're watching right now.
There. Those two goaltenders had a heck of a game. Credit them, credit those defenses as well. Final score again, White Bear Lake 0, Forest Lake 0 for the entire crew here at SCC Sports. For Danny Ryan, I'm Zach Halverson. So long. We'll see you again next time. This has been High School Hockey on SCC Sports.